Okay, what's up, everyone? Swinging Bull here with PB Alerts, and welcome to my weekly earnings stream. Appreciate everyone stopping by. So today we have StoneCo Limited earnings. That's ticker symbol STNE. If you're on the Discord and you're having trouble seeing my screen for some reason, I will post a YouTube link for everybody, and you can just join on the YouTube and watch there. So got that link posted there for everybody. But welcome. So today in the markets, obviously the opening move on SPY was a down move. Our options day trader Ethan actually alerted some Amazon puts. He was day trading live this morning with the members, and a bunch of the members made some really good money shorting Amazon this morning on that opening move there. Obviously, it looks like Amazon ended up recovering, so this was just an opening move trade. Coach Ethan, who handles the options day trading in the morning, that's his specialty, as he trades the open. And you can see that excellent down move Amazon had this morning, and bunch of the members made some money on Amazon put. So good stuff there. Let's get back to why we're here, which is STNE earnings. I'm going to keep SPY on the left side just because I wanted to see how it was going to close the regular session here, which is officially over. Okay, it rallied a little bit, but basically just trading in a $2 range since the morning sell-off, so it wasn't too exciting. Might have been some scalp trades there, bouncing up and down from inside this range here, but other than that, wasn't really just much going on. If you're trying to day trade options on SPY after that opening move, it really just was a theta burning day on both sides. So ideally, after that opening move, that would have been a good time to maybe do some iron condors, which is a credit spread on each side of the price, since SPY was just trading flat for the rest of the day, basically. Anyways, back to STNE. This is StoneCo Limited. They are based in the Cayman Islands. They're a provider of financial technology and software solutions. So they're in the fintech business. The company designed its cloud-based technology platform, namely the Stone business model, for its clients to connect, get paid, and grow their businesses. All right, so they're in fintech, and segments include financial services and software. So that's kind of a little bit about the company. Let me go over to earnings whispers just real quick and get rid of that ad. So anyways, they're supposed to report at 4:05 p.m. Eastern, so just in another 3 minutes or so we'll get the data on that. Matter of fact, let me just get my other screen pulled up, so when that EPS and revenue comes out, we'll have that for everyone, and then I can post that on the bottom of my screen on YouTube. So give me 1 sec there. Okay, let me just type in the ticker symbol STNE, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. What's up, Jedi Master on Discord? Good to see you, my friend. So anyways, they're supposed to report at 4:05 p.m. Eastern, so we got a couple minutes. The forecast EPS is 0.32, and the forecast revenue is 581.37 million. They were trading just above their anchored VWAP. Anchored VWAP's probably around 950, around there. And STNE closed the regular session at $9.85. They were down 3% on the 3.3% on the day. Most stocks were down today. I'll show you the heat map here in a second. Actually, I'll show the heat map right now. We got a few more minutes to kill. Here it is here. So got a little bit of pockets of green in healthcare, so that was remaining relatively stable, maybe even money kind of going into healthcare. Couple pockets of green in energy. Not much else going on as far as the bulls go today. Nvidia down 3.7%, Google down 2.6%, Meta down over 4%, Tesla down over 5%. A lot of the big names took a hit today. ABGO down 3.6%. So obviously a bearish day to end the day. S&P down 1.07%. NASDAQ, which is tech heavy, down 1.66%. So tech took the biggest hit today. and the Dow, which is the industrial index, down 0.62%. VIX gaining traction again, up 7% today. So VIX right below 22 as I'm doing this stream. 10-year yield down about 0.5%. The US dollar index down 0.17%. So everything pretty much in the red, of course, except for the VIX, which is up 7% today. Bitcoin trading just above 82,000. Trying to see if it can form a bottom here. It bounced off of 77.5 about a week or so ago. This is the daily chart here. So we'll see if that ends up being a bottom there for Bitcoin. It actually came down to 76 and 76,569, around there. Sitting up here a little bit above 82, so we'll see. Ford held relatively stable throughout the market selling. Nvidia had a bearish open move. Then it kind of rallied a little bit after that opening move, and now it's pulled back by almost 100% retrace from the potential recovery it had. So trading right around, close the regular session at 115.56. Anyways, back to STNE. The data should be out. I'm not really seeing any action though. This actually, okay, I mean, a little bit of bearishness here. Let me go to 1 minute chart. Just kind of real spotty on the candles, are real spotty. Let me go check it on Webull, see if it's any cleaner. Yeah, I mean, looks like an algo had a hold of it. Let's see, earlier today, but it is down a little bit. Let me see if we got the info. I didn't think that this one would be too exciting, but there really wasn't much else as far as earnings go for bigger names. So I figured we'd give this one a chance and see how it goes. So let me see if I got any info here. Okay. STNE credit book continues to grow. Noticeable increase in incremental provisions. Okay. STNE is pushing against the upper trend line. It's up to the earnings report to determine whether it breaks out or faces rejection. So far, I mean, we got a sell side imbalance here in after hours, but there's not really many buyers in the picture right now. Sellers got control of the ball right now. Again, there's not much excitement here, so we'll see what happens. Let me just scroll down on my other screen here and give a couple more minutes for me to get this data. Hope everyone's protecting themselves lately and using hedge trades. More specifically, if you're currently long on something, make sure you're playing the downside. There's a lot of different ways to play the downside. It's not just buying a naked put option with time on it. I mean, of course, that's one way, but then you're battling theta and all that stuff. And I like to use put debit spreads for my hedge. They're cheap. So they don't cost a lot of money, and we can still get triple-digit returns, especially the put debit spreads that are out of the money. We can get a nice return on those. So let me just look at the credit book on here, STNE. Not getting any data. Let me try something else real quick. Hold on. Okay. We already went over the forecast, which was the EPS was 0.32. The reported EPS for the same quarter last year was 0.36. And let's go here. I don't know, maybe earnings whispers, do they have the correct earnings time? Let me see, go back here. Earnings whispers saying 4:05 p.m. Eastern. Let me go back to the sticks real quick. Okay, just real spotty price action right now. Not much going on. Let me go back over here and refresh my other screen. It's about 4:10 p.m. Eastern. Okay, here we go. Thank you, StoneCo on Twitter, for posting some info for us there. Let me click on this. Okay, 4:05 p.m. Eastern. All right, so let's just let me accept these cookies real quick. All right. Okay, I'm going to go to the investor relations. Now, the webcast with the CEO for STNE starts at 5 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so let me scroll down here. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to pull this over. This is straight from StoneCo's website. Okay, so Q4 2024 results. That's what today's earnings was all about. Yes, I'll accept those cookies. And let's just take a look at the earnings release. And it keeps redirecting me to this web call here. So give me 1 second. March 18th. I'm just going to go to this latest news here and see if it gives me the link. Okay, read more. Okay, here we go. So, I'm not getting any data on this. It's looking like they're not going to release it until the web call. It's now posted on the company's investor website. So they just haven't updated their website. So now I look like a fool here with no EPS or revenue data. Let me just double check. See if I can get another source here. Okay, I got a little bit of data here. So StoneCo reported Q4 revenue and other income of 3.6 billion. The forecast was 3.58 billion. Okay, so they did slightly exceed expectations. So I'll post this on YouTube just so we have something to post there. And then I want to get the EPS and revenue, the EPS more specifically. And if there's any forward guidance, we'll look at that. Okay, so I'll post that in the bottom of my screen. Let me just go back here. Okay, we're getting some volatility now finally with STNE. I don't know if y'all just saw that candle that's printing right now. There's only about 5 seconds left on it. There's an order on the bid side of 10,000 at $9.80. Let me scroll down a little bit more. I got too many tabs open. I mean, it's sitting here up 1% in after hours, but again, this is real spotty price action. It doesn't look clean at all. All right, let's see. So yeah, everything I'm getting is just talking about this conference call. And they haven't posted the data on their website yet. So let's just watch the reaction. So far, it looks bullish. I'm going to go back here. Okay, it's almost 4:15 p.m. Eastern. It did come up to $10. The candles are kind of flickering a bit right now. Okay, it is getting a positive reaction. It's up 4% right now in after hours. Now, going into this earnings, their forecast PE ratio was 8.71. Their EPS was positive. That's the trailing 12 month. We're sitting at 1.22. Their free float was 281 million. So pretty good financials, nice and positive. Let's get their income statement. They are a profitable company. You can see their year-over-year numbers are really good. So this company's been performing well, at least for the past 5 quarters. Q1 of last year, it was kind of a down quarter for them, but nonetheless, they still pulled a profit and had 65% year-over-year growth. So the fundamentals don't look bad at all on this. We go to total revenue. Year-over-year numbers look good there. Balance sheet, debt to assets 70%. That's good. I like that. I'm gonna go back to the income statement real quick. I just want to look at the annual. Yeah, okay. So yes, they've been profitable the past 5 quarters. Back in 2021 and 2022, they did have negative net income during those years, but 2023 positive 1.6 billion in positive net income. And then fast forward to 2024, solid net income there, very positive there. So I like the company. And like I said, looks like they had 2021, 2022 was pretty rough for them, but they've dug themselves out of the hole and they've been performing well since then. Let's look at, they do have options. They do have weekly cycles as well. So for you option traders out there, you got plenty of expiration dates to choose from. Just look at this April 17th. A little bit of meat on the bones for you option sellers. The $9 cash secured puts going into the earnings we're selling for 30 or 35 bucks each. That's not bad. $10 calls if you're on the covered call side, selling for about 65. And this premium might be a little inflated because of the earnings that just occurred. So tomorrow it may thin out a little bit. But yeah, not a bad company at all. And it looks like it's officially a bullish reaction. They're up 8% here, folks. So they did beat expectations on revenue. So congrats to the STNE Bulls, and more specifically, the company. It looks like they got some good data there that was released. So good for them. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, so yeah, we already talked the revenue that came in, the total revenue. It was 11.1% year-over-year growth. So that's, again, I'm telling you, I mean, just looking at the quarter, the financials from the past 5 quarters, their year-over-year growth is really good. I mean, it started very, very strong in Q3 of 2023. They knocked it out of the park in Q4 of 2023. Year-over-year growth kind of contracted a little bit the past 3 earnings, but nonetheless still green growth year over year. So that's good. Let me go back to the sticks real quick. Okay, so it's still sitting up here. Sometimes that first reaction gets faded, if you will. So far, it's holding up okay. Here's some good info here. This is from Investing Ideas on Twitter. Appreciate you posting that. And then I'll read some statements from the CEO for you STNE investors out there. Okay, this is probably some better data I can post on the bottom of my YouTube screen. So the EPS 2.26. Now they're going by Brazilian currency, or I mean the Cayman Islands is where they're located at. So the currency they use in the Cayman Islands, that's what these numbers are. But 25.8% year over year, pretty good. And the net income was 18.1% year over year. And then we already talked about the revenue being up 11%, but look at that net income expand to 18%. That's good from the same period last year. So they got good data here. And just a couple notes from the CEO. And I think what I'll do is okay. So CEO Pedro Zinner. Despite a challenging macroeconomic environment, we successfully navigated market complexities, maintaining strong growth and improving profitability. And that's what we just went over. The year-over-year growth is there on all 3 line items, adjusted EPS, net income, and total revenue. And the profitability was 18% year-over-year growth on the positive net income they had. So that's great. Let's look at revenue and growth. Okay, we already looked at that. More because they are big in fintech and software, right? So more specifically, the financial services revenue, which is going to be your fintech stuff, that was up 11.2% year over year. The software revenue was up 14.7% year over year. Profits and financials, gross profit up 12% year over year. I'm not seeing much negative stuff here. There is a little negative blip, if you will, on the net cash. That was down 6.9% year over year. Now that necessarily isn't a bad thing. You know, maybe they've been using more of their cash to grow as a company, and which means their net cash would be down a little bit. So, you know, that would be ideal if that is the case. Some of the business highlights, the financial services take rate improved to 2.55%, exceeding guidance. So they beat guidance on the take rate for their financial services. So that's good. Retail deposits surged. That's up 42% year over year. That's pretty incredible for retail deposits surging that amount. Credit portfolio expanded nearly 4x. Another good piece of data there. Now, just so you all know, they are kind of involved in AI a little bit. Their AI-powered customer service reduced call volumes by 45%. That's amazing. And they also another business highlight is they were doing share buybacks during 2024, which is definitely a good thing. Little bit of okay, it's pulling back a little bit right now. Maybe that could just be healthy price action. We'll see. I'm gonna draw Fibonacci on this and just kind of see where we're at. Let's go to the bottom of this green candle. Okay, it's sitting right at the 38% retrace, which is right around $10.40. 25% retrace was 10.50. So it lost that level, but it's trying to regain that level now. We do got some pretty decent size orders on the bid here. Now again, this is the level 2 order book on Webull, so take it with a grain of salt. Sometimes orders are missing from there. I've cross-checked Webull's level 2 order book with Fidelity and Vanguard and Schwab, and Webull definitely seems to be missing some exchanges, if you will. You can go to time and sales and see some of the different exchanges, but nonetheless, it's good enough to look at from a bird's eye view. There are orders here on the bid. Nice and tight to the first and second and third position here. We'll see what happens if those are going to convert to transactions or what. Sometimes we see those orders get pulled and it's just a big nothing burger. So we'll see. There's still that order of 10,000 sitting at 980 right now. So, but that's basically where it was trading at before it just pumped a little bit. So now it's officially pulled back 50%. That's right around $10.25 from the most recent pump to what it hit 10, yeah, hit 10.75 just a little bit ago. So it's coming to test the golden fib, which is low 10s. That's $10.14 for the bulls. We'd like that level to hold. And if it does, that would be a solid level to bounce from, I think. So just keep your eye on the price action. We want to start seeing some higher lows with these candle prints for the bulls out there. So future outlook. This is from some things the company was released with the earnings, is that they are preparing for higher long-term interest rates in 2025. So they're preparing for that, basically saying if interest rates remain elevated for 2025, that they're going to be proactive to that and not reactive. So that's good. Expanding banking and credit services to drive further monetization. So they got plans for that. And the retail deposit growth expected to outpace. So that's good there. And focus on AI adoption. I think that's real important for them. So focus on AI adoption for operational efficiency and customer engagement. And from the data they released from Q4 of last year, it's already made a tremendous impact by reducing the call volumes by 45%. So good stuff coming out from STNE. Like I said, just keep your eye on the chart here. Again, it's a 1-minute chart, but that's really all the data we have to go off of since they just released the earnings here just a little bit ago. It's about 20 minutes ago. So just you want to watch the chart for it to start making higher lows and come up and test this after hours high of 10.75. And who knows, maybe we get a decent trend out of it going into tomorrow. But moving forward for the remainder of after hours price action, we definitely want to see the golden Fibonacci, the golden fib, if you will, that level hold. This is a 61.8% retrace. It's down here in the low. It's basically $10.15. All right. You could probably just call it, yeah, I'd call it $10.15. So I'd like that level to hold as just reassurance that it is going to stay as a positive reaction. And again, just look for the higher lows. Try not to complicate things. Higher lows is a good thing to happen as far as patterns go. But yeah, my name's the Swinging Bull with PB Alerts. Let me make sure I didn't miss any comments here. Sort of sleep on the Discord. So with today's market, with top screeners would be growth, volume, how much news releases, do you use default fib or do you adjust readjust for the stock. I do change the fib a little bit, and it's mainly just I want to look and see where the 25% retracement is. Okay, that's a good level. A lot of times we see a stock rally, and a lot of times we'll get that 25% retrace. Ideally, for it to remain bullish, we get that 25% retrace, and then it bounces from there. Then you got the 38, the 50, and the 61. We see lots of bounces at the 61% retrace as well. So those are usually my standard settings for the fib. And it's just mathematical retracement, levels. It's easy to see from a bird's eye view. If I pull the chart up, I could see kind of what levels are getting some resistance or support or anything like that. As far as screeners go, I don't really, I do a lot of the wheel strategy. Okay, so my screeners are set up a little bit different than what you would think, and I basically just target companies that have really good fundamentals, positive PE ratio, positive EPS, a little bit of growth year over year thrown in there, stuff like that. That's mainly what I look for, is a lot of the financial and fundamental aspects. I just want to at least be positive. And then also I tend to only, I like trading mainly companies that are located in the US. I don't really trade overseas companies too much. I just like the companies that I'm trading to be located locally to where our exchanges are at in the US, right? So PE is price to earnings ratio. That's what the PE ratio is. You'll hear people talk about it on the news a lot, but yeah, price to earnings ratio. And we teach all that in the premium session too. And I think it's all in the free education too. I think what the Duck, he handles the free education. I'm almost certain he's got a video that he can post explaining PE ratio, and EPS is earnings per share. But just some, very basic fundamentals. So we want a positive PE ratio. Of course, it's always good to cross-check a company's PE ratio to their peers and competitors' PE ratio to kind of see, do they fall on the high end of the PE ratio range for that sector, or are they on the low end? Of course, if they're on the lower end, maybe they're undervalued or something like that, right? If they're on the higher end, they could be looked at as overvalued. But there's different ways to look at it. Ultimately, for me, I don't really trade companies that have negative PE ratios or negative EPSs. I just won't touch them. I don't think they're financially, safe, or as a company, they're just not performing as good as I would like them to. And that's mostly for my swing trades and my longer term holdings. But yeah, other than that, doesn't look like we have any questions. Again, I'm the Swinging Bull with PB Alerts. I do mostly advanced options trades. What I mean by that is all my trades usually have multi-legs. So I do a lot of credit spreads, a lot of debit spreads. We do iron condors. I do a ton of the wheel strategy, selling cash secured puts to enter stock, and selling covered calls to exit stock, meanwhile making income the whole time. So we target weekly and monthly income, but that's mainly what I do in the Discord. So if you're interested in advanced options that have multiple legs on them, you want to come see me, this Coach Bull, but go by the Swinging Bull. If you just like to day trade in the morning and trade the opening move, look at STNE getting a little pop here. Pretty good. They're up about 8% in after hours. So some of these orders on the bid that we were talking about, they're getting filled right now. You can see the green candle trying to print right now. About 10 more seconds left on this print, so we'll see what the subsequent candle looks like. But anyways, if you just like to day trade the opening move, if with options, you want to go see Coach Ethan. All right, he live trades every day. Look, STNE just made a new after hours high. They just hit 1077. So they did in fact make that higher low we were talking about. They almost came down to test the golden fib. I mean, they're pretty close enough for hand grenades. Golden fib was at 1014, around there, and they came down to 1019, bounced, almost made an H pattern, but it that kind of got invalidated. So we trade those bearish H patterns a lot. Ethan for the day trades. Yeah, so if you join the Discord, check the links in the description. You can just join for free because he live trades with the free people too. He live trades with the free people, I think twice a week, and then the other 3 days it's just with the premium members. But give it a shot. It don't cost no money to sign up. So when you join the Discord, you should get some introductory messages. But his name on Discord is Ethan, and he'll have a green name. All the staff members and analysts on the Discord that will have a green name. So that's how you know it's the right Ethan. He'll have a green name. You can click on his profile. It'll say analyst on it and everything. But I believe he does the free trading in the free section, the live trading in the free section on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings, I believe. But, you know, he just trades the market open, makes his money in an hour or two, and boom, he's done. But no, yeah, if you missed him recently, I think he was on spring break, but he's officially back. I think he came back yesterday. I think he was only out for like a week. Okay, Sam on YouTube, you're already in the Discord. All right, cool. Yeah, so it's going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays. He's live trades with the free section. If it's Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, that's going to be live trading with premium only. So I just wanted to clarify that. But yeah, Sam, just tag him in the chat, and I'm sure he'll come say what's up to you. Yeah, as far as funded accounts, that sure sleep on Discord. That definitely be an Ethan question. I believe he interned at a prop firm or something, so he would know all about that. I don't mess with any of that funded stuff. Like I said, I do passive options. I trade. I sell to open options. I write a lot of contracts. I don't really mess with naked options hardly at all. So definitely any naked options or day trading options, anything in the morning trading, the opening move, that's all going to be Ethan. If you have a bit of capital, you know, at least $5,000 or something, you probably want to come see me because we can put that capital to work and get you some weekly or monthly income using that money. You would need at least a few $1,000 in your account to start trading the type of trades that I do. But you know, we got something for everyone. We also have someone who specializes in just swing trading stock. Okay, that's Coach Mad Maverick. That's the coach you want to go see. If maybe you don't want to trade options or you don't want to do you know, passive income with me with a little more advanced types of options trading, and you've just been swing trading stock, you know, and that's what you like to do, go see Coach Mad Maverick. That's going to be your guy, and he does really well. He's been with the company since day one, and very knowledgeable about the markets, the financials, the fundamentals, and just anything swing trading stock related. But yeah, other than that, it doesn't look like we have any questions. Congrats to the STNE Bulls. It is making higher lows now, just kind of what I was thinking. Basically bounced between the 50% and the golden fib, kind of bounced in that area, and now it's making higher lows, and it just made a new after hours high. So congrats to the STNE Bulls. Looks like you got the move you wanted. And yeah, if you're looking for a new home, like I said, check the links in the description. And if you end up joining the Discord, just, you know, tag me in the chat. I'll come say hello, and then I look forward to meeting you. But other than that, I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their night, and I'll see everyone in the next stream. Cheers, everyone. Bye.